Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box with the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Wednesday, the 20th of May. These are the charts of the day. Well, an interesting day on Wall Street, and the markets certainly pushed forward, making some new highs on the rally. A lot of stocks extended and or emerged. Alt, which I mentioned over the weekend, a week ago, has pulled back and popped again. Look at today's move, another 23%. 12 million shares traded. Looks like it has momentum enough to get up to 7.5, 8, maybe even 9. APA may be emerging if oil continues higher. I think it's going to. My targets of 14, 16, and 18. ATRA exploded on strong volume, huge record volume actually, 6.4 million. Got up to resistance, but it looks like it wants to extend to about 17.5, 18 zone. AUDC popped to new all-time highs today, or at least 20-year highs. That goes way back. I think if it extends right through here, you're going to see a quick extension to about 38. BCRX popped out of a wedge. Here's your wedge. And did it with a thrust and with good volume. 561 up 51 cents or 10%. 12 million traded. That's the best volume in about 6 days. I think the stock has an energy enough to retest a high. The last spike high was 629, and then maybe make a run at 7 and 8. Cloudera broke out of a platform that has been, forming for 6-7 weeks now. Volume picked up to 4.4 million, closed at the upper end of the range up 74 cents, 8.5%. Looks like this measured move here could take this to about 11, maybe as high as 12. Cmcm exploded on record volume, 8.3 million shares. I haven't seen that in a couple, 3 years on this stock anyway. It got up to the declining top line and pulled back, and for lateral resistance as well. But if it should get through here, look for a follow through to about 390 and 4.5. DQ popped 3 days in a row and has taken out resistance. There is some key double top resistance up around 63. Today's high was 62.69. We get through that. 68 and then 75 targets. Darden Restaurants and Swinger Bars extended a little bit, up 250 or 3%. But I need to get this one up through 81 to get it to run towards 95. ERI, one of our other swing trades, doing great. Well, actually, Penn is the swing trade. This is a sister stock, so to speak. But I like it a lot. I think the next target has to be upwards of about 40. GPRE exploded out of a base salary on strong volume, closing at the upper end of the range in the gap. If it extends, my target's 11. Halliburton in that oil drilling area, nice chart. This is basically a 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth wave has started, and at this point, I think it's going to take us to around 14.5, maybe as high as 16. Immunogen pop, jumping 72 cents or 15.5% on 4.9 million. The biggest volume on an update in a couple, 3 weeks. It's at the top of the channel, but if it accelerates here, I look for a test immediately at 590, maybe as high as 7. IMMU continues at its rising channel, reached my target today. I had a swing target set at 35, today's high 35.20. Your next target would be around 38 and 40.5. INO extended and then backed off, but still closed up on the day by $1.23, 8.5%. Nevertheless, it was about $1.10 off the high. But you can see that the channel that's forming calls for a retest of the spike high. That would be interesting if we could do that. 1936, that was done a couple months ago, and then onward and upward towards 23.4. Krnt Digital, what a week. The last 5 days, it has gone from 28 to 48. With explosive breakaway gap and a gain of $12 or 33.8%. The stock traded record volume today. Might be a blow-off phase. It is near the top of the long-term channel. Maybe a little bit of an extension the next day or two, get it up to 50. MEIP, slow but steady, moving up again. This is the 3rd day in a row and 5 out of 6. Today was up 27 cents or 9%, best we've seen in a while. And it closed at the highest level. This is the highest closing since a year ago. Very intriguing. Next target would be up around 3 3/4, 365. NGVTT tight near the apex. A little bit of reversal bar, but only gain of 74 cents at 3%. I'm going to really need this to get up to 27.5, 28, and then you're on your way to 30, 32, 35. MRNA bounced back from the 2-day pullback, which reached basically a gap fill right in this area. There's support right there. Your targets right now are 79 and 3/4, 87, and then 95. NGVT coming out of a base looking awfully good in here. Wanted to show you the pattern. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth wave could and likely might make a run at 63. Intella, which broke out of a large basing pattern we put a swing on, has moved up for 5 days in a row, 7 out of 8. It looks like the extension is not done yet. I'll be looking for more upside. The way I've drawn this channel tells me we may see 22 to 24. NTNX popping smartly today, jumped 8.5 million shares, and it was up 253 at 12%. Like the look of it. Your target right now is 26 and 32. Penn and Silver up 6 days in a row now after we gave you a swing. It's looking awfully good, but it's near the top of the channel. It might very well extend a little bit more towards 29.30, maybe 32.3, but it's getting a little bit long in the tooth. PENN up 5 days in a row. 11 out of the last 13. Strong move today, gets it up to next target of resistance near 27.5. Today's high 27.30. Any extension here, we might very well run all the way back up and retest the highs near at the first 34 and then 38. Arcus Biosciences, long base, breakout, pullback, explosive move, and pullback. And then right now, as we stand here, this is the all-time high, and any further extension here could get us, my projections, 48. SC popped yet again, reaching a new all-time high at 73.97, close 72.40, up 413 or 6% on 10 million. If it extends and blows through here, we could see high 80s, low 90s. Surf Oncology exploded with a breakaway gap out of a wedge pattern and jumped $1.22 or 46% on 11 million. We get to this triple top, my next target is 6. Valley Farms, marijuana related, broke out of a base pattern today, looking awfully good for a move to 5.5 and 6 3/4. VIR popped 2 days ago, pulled back, held support, snapped right back today for another almost 6 points or 17%. We can get up through the high from 2 days ago, take out 42.40, my target's 52. And finally, Viking Therapeutics has been a nice steady rise since the March lows. When I got down to 3 1/4, here it is 780, and I'm thinking this wants to make a run at the 8 3/4 9 zone. That's my next target. And that's it for tonight, everyone. Have a good evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.